Welcome. Hello. My name is Aaliyah Brockbank, and I am the Clinical Communications Manager for Sinclair North America. Thank you so much for joining us and spending a little bit of your evening with us. Today's webinar is called Successful Open House Marketing Strategies. And I'm actually just going to jump in because I have a little introductory slide. There we go. Okay, so first of all, if you haven't hosted an open house before, you may be wondering why. What's the benefit of hosting an open house? So first of all, it's a really great opportunity to showcase your clinic, your staff, and your services. So showing people and your attendees to this event, who you are, why you're the best, why you have the best services and the best staff. Also, it helps to increase revenue, which is really the end goal, right? Amongst other things. But you are really creating excitement around your treatments and around your clinic. You're creating a sense of urgency because you really, you created, exclusive pricing for one night only. So people really won't want to miss out on that, and it'll kind of help them to buy that night. Also, it really creates an engaging experience for your patients. They get to have a fun night out, maybe with their friends. You get to interact with them in a different way, which is really great for your relationship as well. But why is strategic marketing so important? So if you have hosted an event before, you know this. Events require considerable planning and financial investment. It is a lot of work, and you are putting your hard-earned money into it as well. So establishing a strong and strategic marketing plan to promote your event will really help to ensure that you reap the benefit of all of that hard work that you've done for weeks and weeks and weeks. Really, it's the worst thing that can happen is if you do spend all of this time and this money on planning this event, but maybe marketing wasn't so strong and then you don't have a great turnout. That's always such a bummer. So hopefully this will help you to market properly and for a long enough time so that you can have a really great turnout to your events. Okay. So before I jump into the marketing part of it, I just want to give you some open house tips. If you are thinking about planning an open house, this will kind of just get you started. So first one being, when should you hold this open house? What day of the week is best? It has been found that Wednesday or Thursday is the best day of the week. The beginning of the week, Monday and Tuesday, people are busy. They just went back to work from the weekend. Their kids are back in school. They have too much going on, so they won't make it. Friday and the weekend, they also have too much going on. It's just more fun things, more social events. So Wednesday and Thursday is that perfect in between time where the beginning of the week has slowed down, but their social life hasn't quite picked up yet. And in the evening performs best as well, of course, after work. So 5 to 8, 6 to 8, something like that. Okay, so start planning and marketing at least 6 weeks in advance. You should actually really start marketing 6 weeks in advance. So you really should be planning 8, 9, 10, 12 weeks in advance. Before you start marketing, you'll want a theme for your event. You want to lock down vendors, you need to create invitations and pricing. So you have a lot of work to do before you even start marketing. So allowing all of this time to plan and market can really, really help to make sure you have a really great turnout and a really successful event. Speaking of a theme, create a theme for your event. There's a ton out there. I know we have some ideas on our customer portal, and I'll talk about all the resources we have shortly. But think of, what's happening right now. There's a holiday coming up, like we have Mother's Day just around the corner. One of our amazing customers based out of Miami, they're called C10 Wellness. I saw on Instagram that they hosted an event called Moms and Mimosas, which is so cute. The event was absolutely darling. They did such a great job. But something like that based of a holiday is really, really cute. Do be careful of doing it too close to a holiday, specifically Christmas. Like that time is crazy for everyone. So don't do it too close, but you can have a theme close to that holiday. Maybe an annual clinic anniversary. You can kind of start that. That's a great idea. Maybe you have a new service. Maybe you just got the pre-made dermafacial or something. You can have an event just to highlight that service. But create a theme and really stick with it throughout your entire open house event and your entire marketing process. Really make sure you're incentivizing potential attendees to attend your event. So why should they come, right? Let's tell them. Well, we'll have appetizers, drinks, music. We will be raffling off X amount of dollars in services. We will have raffles where you can, win products or whatever, live demos, so you can really learn more about our services and you can even try it before you commit to it. Swag bags, so some free products or coupons, whatever you want to add in there. And of course, exclusive pricing. So again, creating that sense of urgency so that people will buy that evening. People love deals. Always ask your local reps and vendors to assist with sales. So this is also why it's important to give yourself at least 6 weeks of planning and marketing. So you can reach out to your vendors as well and your reps and give them enough notice so that they can come help you. And I know a lot of skincare reps will provide free products for you. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Our Sinclair reps are always happy to come help you. They will be dedicated to your Sinclair technology and help you sell it. Also, make your event engaging and social media ready. So it has to be a fun evening, right? Which, having live demos really does keep it engaging. People are in there watching the treatments, they're asking questions, maybe they're having it done. Of course, your appetizers, drinks, and whatnot will help with that too. And what I mean by social media ready, I'm going to show you a couple of examples. So creating a really cute photo op can be a really great way to market your business and your event, because you are encouraging people to take photos in front of said photo op, and then they are most likely sharing it to social media, tagging you and just showing how much fun they're having. So then their followers were like, oh, wow, well, I'm going to attend their next event. I'm going to follow this page. That looks really amazing. So something as simple as a little step and repeat, like in this photo with your branding on it, balloons, even a little prop, that people can hold, something about your services and about your clinic is perfect. I love a good photo op. All right, just a few more, then we'll get to marketing. So if you are doing a general open house, so you're talking about all of your different services, you can make if you have multiple treatment rooms, I should add, make each treatment room dedicated to a treatment or device. So you can have a V-series room where you're doing all V-series education and demos. You can have an injectable room, a skin room where you have the pre-made dermafacial, and so on, if you have the bandwidth to do so, of course. And another thing you can do, I did this when I worked in clinic a few years ago, and it worked really, really well. You can hand out little passports. So when people first arrive, they should be signing in, providing you their information so that you can then upload that to your CRM platform. But they will also get a little passport, and they have to go into each room and learn about each service. They will have their passport stamped, and then they are able to enter the raffle. So that is, that's making them stay engaged and making them learn about your services versus just coming for, raffles and food and whatnot, which most everyone doesn't do that, but you never know. Consider hosting a combined event with a local business for cross promotion. So look for a business who has your ideal client demographic, right? So think hair salons, gyms, something like that. Maybe an IV hydration bar, if that's something that you don't offer. You, of course, don't want to pair with a business who is your competitor. But this can be great for marketing because they will also be marketing this event. So they are reaching their clients or their patients, and then you're marketing as well. And then it is just great to have that type of relationship. And then you can refer, patients back and forth to each other or people back and forth to each other. Make sure you have all hands on deck. So you should really be meeting weekly with your staff. Everyone should know exactly their duties. They should know exactly what the prices are. They should know everything. Everybody should know everything. You want this evening to work like a well-oiled machine, or else it is stressful and not fun. So really have all hands on deck. Make sure everyone's super educated on what's going on. You can create an open house pricing menu to hand out to guests. If you do have the bandwidth, you can have mini consults throughout the event, right? 15-minute blocks. If you didn't want to share your prices right away, have them have a quick consult, and then they can you can give them more specific pricing if you're able to. Alrighty, so the resources I talked about a little bit before. So mysinclairshop.com, which is our customer portal, has a ton of open house resources. So like an event planning checklist, you know, what you should be doing weekly, how many RSVPs you should expect at that time, at that week, everything you need, menu ideas, invite ideas, literally everything. So if you go to mysinclairshop.com, then the customer portal, select your device, practice development, and then open house success, there's a whole file. So definitely use it to your advantage. Okay, so invitations. This actually is a huge part of your marketing, right? This may be the first time someone is learning about you, and learning about your event is by seeing this invitation. So make sure your branding is very prominent. We'll talk about branding shortly. So this is something I made up fairly quickly. So I have our branding clear and concise, what the event is. Also, the information should be very, very visible. You don't want them searching for it, right? So I put time, date, and location. Before and after photos are a really great idea. This is the aesthetic industry, right? People really want to see what your before and after photos look like and what you can provide for them. Also, you know, services that you offer, maybe those are the services you're doing demos on, and then just a quick blurb about the evening, what to expect, and then how to reach you, your right phone number, email. All right, let's get into social media. So social media marketing, really Facebook is going to be your best friend for your open house event. Why? This is the only platform that allows you to actually create an event and invite people to it. So create an event, invite all of your patients, all of your followers, your friends, your family, leave it as an open event so that they can also invite people to it. Maybe they want their friend to come with. You will continue your branding onto this as well. Branding is going to be really consistent across everything. So I believe you can upload a profile picture and a cover photo, so you can provide some information about the event, as well as a description about the event, and really be consistent with posting updates on that page, so you stay on people's minds and they see all that information all the time. Which leads me to my next point, post consistently, which really is key with social media in general. So it's something you should already be doing. I hosted a webinar a couple months ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, called Social Media 101. And I do talk about more about what each platform expects, right? How many times you should be posting on each platform. So you can pop over and watch that if you haven't yet. But post consistently, right? So Reels, this is on Instagram and Facebook. So those short form videos that have become really popular over the past few years. It's a newer feature. It's not brand new by any means, but it's newer. So the platforms definitely push that type of content. And I will actually show you some Reels on my Instagram story that I made that may give you some ideas on how to market your event. Stories. So stories are really great. There are a lot of little features that you can use to invite engagement. I'll talk about that more shortly. But sometimes you can keep it really simple and just hop on your story and talk, right? You don't have to do anything fancy, but just hop on, talk to your followers, talk to them about your event, what's happening, what's going on, any updates you have. TikTok, if that's a prevalent platform for you, and of course your clinic Facebook page, but as well as that Facebook event page as well. Sometimes the hardest part of creating content is thinking of what to post. That is for me anyway. I really have to brainstorm sometimes. So hosting an event is great because it gives you ideas and content to use for at least 6 weeks. So that's nice. Post teasers. So really create a lot of hype and excitement around your event. So maybe like once a week or a couple times a week, you can post about what specials you're offering. So like, oh, today, V form is going to be 15% off, whatever. I'm just making numbers up. Tell them, what raffles you'll be offering, what can be raffled off. So really, again, create a lot of excitement around your event just by posting little teasers about what to expect at your event. Also, show your face and talk to your followers. So this is something I say all the time. I say this in my Social Media 101 webinar as well. This is a really important step if you haven't been doing so already, because it really helps to build trust and a connection with your followers and with your patients. Really, people don't follow businesses necessarily, they follow people. So by you hopping on there and talking and showing your personality, posting funny reels that people relate to, people are connecting with you, which will then most likely they will want to come to your event and they want to see you as a provider. So if you are planning an open house event or thinking of it, and you have not yet shown your face on your social media, or maybe you're afraid to, which I totally get, now's a really great time to start. They'll get to know you and they'll want to come to your event. So show your pretty faces. All right, so I mentioned earlier, take advantage of available features to invite engagement. So high engagement is always the goal with social media. The platforms really want us to be active on these platforms, right? They want us interacting with each other. They want us to stay on the app, essentially. So by you having great engagement on all of your content, it helps to then push that content to other followers and other people. Essentially, the algorithm senses it's doing well, and then it's going to boost your post and show it to other people. So engagement is always the goal with social media. I will show you some available features on Instagram. They have, like in your stories, there's a question box so people can submit questions to you. There are polls that people can take. So it's a really, really easy way to invite engagement onto your page. Also, going live is a really great way to invite engagement, and it really creates an authentic image of your brand, and it establishes trust, which is huge, right? People really have to trust us and you in order for you to perform these treatments on their body and their face. So trust is huge. And then you're also expanding reach simultaneously. Another huge benefit of going live is you can get engagement in the moment while you're live. And then Facebook and Instagram specifically, you have the opportunity to then post that live to your normal page. So then you can actually even get more engagement there as well. So it's kind of a 2-for-1, which is nice. You just had a live stream and then you have a post as well. So you can get on there and just talk about what's going on with the event, what raffles you have going on and so on. Reminding them about the event, that's big. We really need to make sure that they remember your event throughout these 6 weeks. Really make sure you're also using consistent branding for your event in all posts, right? And invitations and emails and text messages. And you really should be consistent with your branding throughout your business period. Reason being is people trust brands that they recognize. How can you be recognizable? Using your branding consistently. So using the same colors, using the same, your logo, whatever the title of the event is, be very, very consistent with that. And in general, not even your open house. Facebook, Instagram, and Google Ads can be a great way to help boost, your posts and get information to people who may not follow you. Also, radio. I know it seems kind of archaic, but if it's kind of relevant in your town, that's a great option as well. About 5 years ago is when I left, but I lived in Minot, North Dakota for a few years. And that's actually where I had my very first aesthetic job. But radio was huge in that town. So we used that to our advantage, and we had a great relationship with the radio station and had ads up all the time. So that can be a great option too. So here are some ideas that you can use or steal, whatever you want, but just to kind of give you a visual. So I have 2 stories here. So the story on the left where it says pick your treatment. I said, tell us what treatment you're most excited to learn about at Sinclair's Evening of Beauty event. By the way, this event is fake. I hope I hope that came across. So I posted a before and after of VFR and a V form. And then this is a poll. So that gives people the opportunity to then go, oh my gosh, that skin tightening with VFR looks incredible. I'm going to select that, or V form. You are then able to actually see who voted for what. And that gives you the opportunity, you know, maybe it's a new person to your page and they haven't yet been invited to your event. You can then reach out to them personally and invite them. This also gives you some insight of who is interested in what. And when they come to your event, you'll kind of have an idea. This one here, so if you have a really great before and after photo you just did, and it's a treatment that you'll be offering live demos of at your event, or, you know, discounting, post it, but also remind people that, hey, we will be, you know, showing off this treatment at our event, and it will be 20% off, or whatever the case may be. Over here on the left, so this is an Instagram post. Really make sure the sizing fits, right? So this is Instagram's sizing. This is an Instagram story. So I used Canva to make these. It makes it really, really easy. So this is just showing like, hey, you know, V-form packages will be 10% off plus 3 free dermafuse treatments. That is a really big thing to think of when you're creating your special pricing, is you can really add value to treatments instead of, you know, taking a large percentage off of that package. So dermafuse is an incredible one to add value to your treatments. That's a very, very low consumable cost to you. So just throwing in, you know, 3 or 6 free dermafuse treatments, the attendees will be like, wow, that's incredible. That's like a $800 value or whatever it may be. When really that only costs you $6 to $7 per treatment. Plus you are boosting the results like crazy. So that's beneficial as well. As I mentioned, after this webinar, I'll post some reels that I made that can help you with ideas on how to market your event. I didn't want to just sit here and play a bunch of reels for you. So that is my Instagram handle if you are interested. If you are watching this webinar not live and you're watching on mysinclaircollege.com, I will create a story highlight, so it'll stay. All right, so that was social media. Now we'll talk about just other marketing strategies. Send direct mail invites to your VIP patients. So maybe, you know, these are your best patients, the most loyal to you. Maybe they spend the most money with you. If you do memberships, maybe it's members only, you can offer them something special, right? Maybe different discounts, special goodie bags, whatever it may be. It really makes them feel special and they'll continue to stay loyal to you. Plus, getting direct mail these days is always really nice. It's kind of rare. Invite every single patient that comes into your clinic and encourage them to bring a friend. You should almost feel a little bit annoying with how much you're talking about this event, right? You really want to invite as many people as possible. Because of course, not everyone will come to the event, right? So the more people you invite, most likely you'll have a better turnout. Send really consistent newsletters, emails, text messages. Make sure when you are inviting people and when they're RSVPing, you are getting contact information. That way you can stay in touch with them before the event as well. You can call to remind them if they haven't RSVP'd. Again, you're sending texts and emails as well. Then you also have their contact information to, again, upload to your CRM platform. So really keep in touch with them before the event to help remind them. Also feature the event very prominently on your website. So you can have a little banner pop up that mentions your event with the key details. Maybe you can have a little RSVP section where they are submitting their information. That can be a great way as well. Also invite local influencers. If you have any in your area, which you most likely do have at least one, they're everywhere. Even micro influencers, which are people who have a larger following, but not like 1 million or anything like that. They are great to have a relationship with. You know, if you can establish a relationship before your event, that can be beneficial. Have them come in for free treatments, what of your choosing, of course. and in exchange for them posting to social media. And then the night of your event, they can really help you and, talk about their experience and the results, show photos, and they will definitely be posting to social media the night of the event as well. So really, really great to have that connection. And they'll have friends, influencer friends who'll be interested in your services as well. Make sure you're inviting local businesses to your clinic. So, think of who's close to you, who may be interested. Hair salons, gyms are a great one. Nurses at hospitals are the best to get in with, which a lot of you may already have that connection if you're a nurse or a NP or a doctor. They spread news like wildfire. It's incredible. They are talking about your event or your clinic to all of their nursing friends at the hospital. They'll put up the flyers for you in the break room. That is another really great connection. So just think of who can you invite, and invite everybody, anyone and everyone. Okay, so some helpful tools that can really help you market your event successfully. I mentioned Canva earlier. Excuse me. This is a graphic design website with ready-made customizable templates. So this is how I make social media posts really easily. Also, invitations. That's how I made the invitation as well. I know I was forgetting something. And it's a really great way to keep your branding consistent, because you're able to create a little branding kit in there that keeps your colors consistent. You can have your logo there and so on. Constant Contact is another great one. This is a CRM platform, lead capturing. You can create really effective email marketing and other online marketing campaigns, text messaging, and so on. I haven't used it in a few years, but when I did, it was very easy to use, very intuitive. It almost felt like Canva, but for emails, which was great. And you are really able to market your event very, very easily that way. So just some helpful tools for you. Last but not least, post-event is also very, very important. Engaging with your attendees after your event is a continuation of your marketing efforts. It's a great way to show appreciation to those who attended and to also hopefully increase revenue from your event. So I kind of mentioned this earlier, but I just wanted to touch on it again. Really make sure you're gathering information from your attendees at the event. You should have a little sign-in desk where they just share the information with you, email, phone number, name, so that you can follow up, right? So you can follow up with no-shows, which obviously you have their contact information from when they RSVP'd. Just connect with them, say, hey, like, we missed you at your event. We were really excited for you to come. We understand things happen, but if you'd like, we would love for you to come in for a free consultation. And we're going to continue the special pricing for you only for one more day, or whatever the case may be. Create another sense of urgency to hopefully get them in. Also, attendees who didn't purchase at the event. So they were there, but they didn't purchase anything. Follow up with them and see why. Maybe they didn't have a chance to get a consult with you. Maybe you were like slammed, which definitely can happen. Or they had some questions that weren't quite answered, or they were too shy to ask questions, whatever the case may be. Give them a call, see if you can answer questions for them. Again, offer, if you want, to extend the specials for them for that evening or whatever. So that can definitely help increase revenue even after your event's over, which is great. Make sure you send a thank you email and a text to attendees, and even a social media post. Everything you were doing before, just post a quick thank you, just showing appreciation to them. They'll appreciate that too, and they'll want to come to your next event as well. So I think that's all I have. Yes, that's all I have. This QR code will just take you to our website if you are not a customer of ours yet. I will leave the floor open for a moment if anyone has any questions or any feedback, any comments and marketing tips that worked for them. No, I'll give it a couple more seconds. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining. Oh, wait, do I have a chat?
Yep. It's good. Thank you so much. This was so informative, very great.
Good, thank you so much. I'm glad you can make it.
Thanks.
Yes, of course. Any ideas on themes? Ooh, okay. Let's think about it. There are a ton on our customer portal. I will add that, so you can peek there. But it's spring right now, right? So you could do like spring into beauty or something like that, spring into something, whatever your event may be about. Memorial Day, that's kind of too close, actually. It's just a couple weeks away. Time is flying. Think of holidays, right? In the summer could be a good time to host an event. So really think about the services that will do the best in the summer, right? Of course, we don't want IPL, laser, VFR, anything like that. Clinic anniversary, I think, is a really cute one. You can really make it like VIP and just have really, really special pricing for them. So definitely check out the customer portal, though. Even Google and Pinterest has a ton of great ideas as well. Any other questions or things that work for them? You're welcome.
I have a question about finding local influencers. What's the best way to go about that?
Yeah, so Instagram can be a really helpful tool. That is most likely where they are most active. So just kind of searching, local businesses, maybe they've worked with them, even hashtags, if you do like hashtag your city, a lot of the times they may tag things like that. But I would definitely focus on Instagram to find them. TikTok too can be a great one if there's a local one on TikTok.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Okay, I don't think anyone else. So again, you can always ask questions later, right? Maybe you think of something later. You can message me on Instagram. We have a marketing email that or this viora.info. You can always reach out to us. Your local rep is very informative on open houses because they've most likely worked a ton of them. So always reach out to us even after this webinar. I will pop over to my Instagram now and share those reels that I talked about earlier. No one has any other questions or comments. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it and have a great evening.